We are back on the Akai Professional MPC X SE. We are downtown Murdy Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get down. What are we down on? The MPC X SE. And today we are creating a tutorial for two types of music, specifically lo-fi and hip-hop. I want to create some soundtrack music for my next YouTube vlog, and of course I want to use my MPC to do so. I know that I want the music to be very chill for perhaps a majority of the video, so I'm going to create a low-key soundtrack for that. And I also know that I want the second half of the video to be a bit more aggressive, and when I say second half, I mean the intro of the video. The second half of this tutorial will feature an aggressive beat to skyrocket us into the video. Of course, when a video starts on YouTube, we're going to want some energy. But before we get that, as promised, we are going to demonstrate how to make some lo-fi, chill hip-hop on the MPC SE. Today we are running MPC 3.7.0 right off the top. We're going to hit browse because we don't want this trap kit. We're going to go ahead and open up our expansions here, and we're going to just scroll down here and try and find some kits that are a bit more lo-fi appropriate. And you know what? I think this Native Instruments, RIP Native Instruments, I think Native Instruments might, even though this says techno, I'm going to load up one of these kits because I do recall some nice kind of aerial kind of vibes going on there. Let's go ahead and open up another drum track. Somebody told me the other day on Reddit, they said, oh, you shouldn't be teaching people to just load sounds without listening to them. I guess the guy or the lady wanted me to not load up sounds the way I load up sounds. I'm not really interested in how it sounds right now. I'm interested in getting all of my colors together. And once I have all of my colors together, I can paint. By the way, when you click into a program or an expansion, if you open up the wrong folder and you need to get back, you can just click on the expansion again, or you can click on this button right here. You see this folder that has the arrow pointed upward? That'll take you back up one more folder as I go through here and grab some Afro beats for a potential lo-fi kit. And I'll load up one more drum track just in case. From which expansion to be specific? Rare Vibrations? Maybe? Reflect. That sounds good. Okay, is that enough? Let me just double check these expansions right here, make sure I'm not leaving out anything that would be useful. New skills, Premiere Beats. I did a lot of Native Instruments expansion packs. RIP Native Instruments. I've been seeing a lot going on with Native Instruments. I was at NAMM last week, and you won't believe this, but I was staring at the MPC X L, and I didn't even touch it. I did not feel worthy, but I have this incredible NAMM video coming to you. But first, I need some music for it, so let's listen. What does this sound like? Now, you know, I am a man of instinct. I am a man of following through with what we started. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're going to slow down our BPM here. Down tempo. Let's see what this sounds like. We have our time correction off. We have our metronome enabled. We have our metronome volume here. Our time division does not matter. We have 4 bars. Let's give ourselves 8 bars. And let's see. I like that. And that might be everything. And so I created that piece there with 16 level. Go back and watch the previous tutorial to understand 16 level in depth. Expanding upon that, as we proceed to give you what you need, a bit more percussion perhaps. I like that. That's cool with me. I wouldn't mind like a nice pad. So let's open up, how about a key group? Let's go back into these same kits we were in over here. Let's see if we can find some key groups in the hazy days. What's a key group? A key group is just another way of saying plug-in, essentially, instrument that is within an expansion pack. So I wanted a pad. And let's go into pad perform. Let's go into a progression. Let's change the key of this pad progression to match the key that we are currently in, which is... Now, a quick way to find out what key we're in, of course, would be to go back to our sample, which is here. And if you double click there, we can see that our sample should be in the key of A sharp minor. So if we go back now to our pad performance, and if we change that, also quick note there, A sharp minor, you see the key is already listed there. Sometimes they'll do that for you. It's not always as accurate as you want it to be, and sometimes you got to dig around to find it. And use your ears, Padawans, use your ears. We're allegedly an A sharp minor, which is also known as B flat. See how he's not going to A sharp there? That's okay, have no fear. A sharp minor is B flat. Music theory, for those that don't know. We'll be getting more into that eventually. But for right now, let's see what this A flat does here. I'm sorry, A sharp, B flat. That definitely doesn't sound like where we are. And if we change the progression chord here, style, as you notice, we'll get different sounds. And that definitely doesn't, it doesn't sound like, as you know, this is a bit too minor for what we really want. So I'm going to adjust here. Nope. Trying to use my ear here to match it. No, we might have to actually play some notes here. If you want to actually play some notes, of course, you can turn your 16 pads into a keyboard based on here. And you can change the octave by pressing your bank. Now that E flat sounds a lot more appropriate. That E flat sounds much more appropriate. Let's see what a D minor scale sounds like. Or what about an E flat minor? Otherwise known as E sharp. Like that. Real simple though. I didn't like was that last one. And even then, let me see what another pad sounds like. What other pads we have here. Now if I change the key group here, it's going to change it everywhere. Let's see what this keys sounds like. Actually, I like that more. Now, did you know we can transpose that? Let's say that is a bit too high for our taste, and we want to drop that down an octave. Let's transpose that a whole 12 semitones down. I like that. Yeah. Nice. I don't need this middle note here. That can go. See how I hit that pad and then it selected it there? Nice little feat there. So I promised some MPC Pro Pack today, so let's explore the MPC Pro Pack. Perhaps even on this sample back here. And only on that sample back there. So to load a sample, we're of course just going to trigger the pad corresponding to the sample, but to load an effect to that sample only, we have our pad 14 selected. If we double tap inside of there, and if we looked at the bottom here, we can add an effect to this one only. And going for a bit more of a vibration here in terms of the lo-fi. So let's just, hey, I don't know, maybe open up Air Lo-Fi. That sounds like a good idea. Now let's see what Air Lo-Fi is going to do to this. And then on top of that, we're going to add some MPC Pro Pack sounds as well. Let's see what we can get out of this. Let's solo it. Interesting. Not my favorite. I'm not going to lie. Not my favorite. And so let's just go ahead and veto that from the jump. Let's get rid of that. And let's go down here to MSX2's Lo-Fi Dirt. Let's load this up. Let's have a listen here. Hit the pencil button, of course, to open up the plugin. Let's have a listen. I think I like that more. And you see how we're getting some elements of distortion under there, which can almost create a nice effect of ambiance. I kind of like 12,000 miles. That's nice too. So we're gonna actually go back to this, what was it, Aubrey filter? Nice. Now, let's try some MPC Pro Pack stuff. So we're in here. We're on the MPC Pro Pack. And of course, they're found under the Air Music technology. I want to open up Air Reverb Pro. See what that's going to do to flip this. Let's hit our pencil here. Here's Air Reverb Pro. This is as promised. Let's explore Air Reverb Pro from the MPC Pro Pack on MPC 3.7.0. Of course, we have our typical delay, parameter, decay, overall mix and balance. Right now, the initial is this classic vintage. We can change the reflections here to the type of stage. We can alter the tail as well as the EQ and dynamics. Off top, let's say we wanted to, so this is lo-fi. Let's see what these effects can do. Fragmented non-linear. What's that sound like? A bit too much delay. adjusting the density there, modulation. Let's take the mix down a bit on that. And essentially mix is really letting you know how much of the effect plugin is in the mix of that specific sample, right? Not bad. Now I feel like I would just like perhaps a plugin to emulate some energy here. You know, I think hype is really slept on for textures. However, let's explore Iona. I think these are all much bigger than I was anticipating. I kind of want something a bit more. Let's see. Maybe something from... Do I have Cloud Supply? I do have Cloud Supply. Let's see what's in here. Cloud Break. What does it sound like? It's kind of interesting. I kind of like this a lot. I like that texture. I'm gonna lay that in there. It's kind of a vibe. Don't like this last note here on this keys, dude. Was it right here? There, you gotta go. If you notice, you can hit the piano roll over here on the left side to select specific notes if you can't find the note you want over here. And if you hold shift, you get extra options, right? Holding shift is going to give you options every time we're on the MPC. Every time we hold shift, we're going to get some more functions, pretty much on every screen. So explore this button. Do not sleep on this button. It's a very important button. Now, moving forward, let's listen. Now, I do believe this sequence works as is. However, as I've taught you in the past, we're going to go ahead and hit this pencil button, and we're going to copy this sequence so we can make an intro out of sequence 1, and so we can make a verse out of sequence 2. Okay? So, what's the difference between the intro and the verse? Well, the intro is going to start off a bit smaller, and if we go into our track mute, we can quickly figure out how this intro should sound. So much is coming out of this one kit right here. So how do we get more options if everything is coming from one kit upon our track mute on this sequence. So one thing we could do is go over here to the kit that we are using, this hip hop kit, and we're going to explode the kit. Explode, what? Hit this pencil button once you have that track selected, and hit this button right here. This is the first time I'm teaching you this on our tutorial series. By the way, if you're enjoying this tutorial series, show me some support, drop a thumbs up for me, and make sure you check out the rest of the series because you can learn a lot, and we're taking it slow. Like John Legend says, exploding the track, right? Once again, watch me. Track is selected, not the top pencil button, but the second pencil button, exploding the track. Why are we going to explode the track? Because now when we go back into our track mute, we have more options. And you see how slow that's moving? That scares me. You know why that scares me? Because we haven't saved it yet. We need to save this or all of our work will be lost. Look at that. Only 4 instances of Air Reverb Pro permitted in standalone plugins were not loaded. Okay. Well, I'm only doing Air Reverb Pro on one sound here. So I don't know why that's bugging out on me, but it's essentially saying it wants to split Air Reverb Pro across all of these sounds, which it looks like it did do what I wanted it to do. It just didn't load the plugins with it. So if we now go back to track mute and we press play again, notice off top, that pad is already muted, representing track 4. But that kit has been exploded to these other tracks here above. So if we start taking things away, we get nothing, right? But if we slowly start adding things back, we can decide what sounds appropriate for our intro. I like that. I think it's as simple as that. Nice. Now, I wouldn't mind one more sequence that's just really relaxed. Remember, this is a soundtrack for a YouTube video on creating some beats that can really just live underneath dialogue. So just to wrap this up, I'm going to create one more sequence here that is, you know what? It's going to be a copy of this intro, actually. And from here, I want to mute that keyboard part. And I really just want a pad, like a pad kind of just hanging out. So I opened up a new plugin. I'm going to give myself a new sound. Let's do Fabric XL in the spirit of the brand new MPC XL, which we're not on, by the way. This is the MPC SE. I still can't believe I went there all the way to NAMM and I did not touch the MPC XL. I want something kind of like that. I like that a lot. Let's just start with this. velocity sensitive. Oh. You didn't have to transpose that. That's strange. Why did you transpose that? I don't want you to transpose that. Lo-fi dirt. Oh, I still haven't saved it. Save it. Save it. Save it. I wouldn't mind expanding this section here. Lo-fi. Damn. This would be cool with like some instruments playing underneath it. And I wanna put a low pass on this. It's a bit too much juice for me. I got a better idea. Instead of opening up lo-fi dirt, let's keep going on this MPC Pro Pack over here. And we'll open up the Air utility to almost get the filter that I want exactly. Wait a second, not Air utility. That's not what I wanted. I want I always forget the name of this one. I want Air Visual EQ. Boom. All right, let's hear that. So yeah, this high end I don't really need. Same thing here. Let's take that high end out. MPC Pro Pack. Air Visual EQ 4. I'm going to take that high end out. Get that crispiness out of there. I like the low tones. But we don't need so much of that high end taking up our mix there. Let's see what this sounds like. See, now somebody can talk. Welcome to my TV show, Voyager Television, on NAMM. Yeah, I got so much I want to show you and share with you on this incredible convention that I went to last week. So if you're into vlogs, you're definitely going to want to check that out. Not a tutorial, but this is great. I'm very happy with where this is. No, it's not a song for someone to rap to, but it's a song for someone to talk on top of. And that's how you make some lo-fi music, essentially. You have your intro. Now we could add other elements, like nature elements, like rain, but it wasn't raining, was it? So I kind of just have that drone atmosphere tone underneath. I'm pretty much happy with that. And this could be like our main groove here, which I would even say the drums could be mixed a bit. Where we at? Let's see here. So we could come into our pad mixer for these drums here. What was the name of the... Okay, see how when you explode it, it's showing exactly what sample it is? That was the snare, there's the kick, percussion. That's what's dope about exploding tracks. It actually helps you organize. However, if we want to adjust everything at once in terms of the mix, we could come back to the original kit here. And voila. Now, even though all of our sounds are exploded across different tracks from this drum kit, we can still adjust the mix on this drum kit as we see here. It's really this click that's a little hot for me. Here she is right here. Let's turn her down. Nice. Let's come over here. I think the snare could come down too. The kick could come down a little bit. I think that's more appropriate for a lo-fi track. And then our main dialogue piece right here. What's good? What's happening? Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for vibing with me today on this lo-fi idea split into 3 sequences. You know, lo-fi doesn't have to be a lot. It's quite simple. And in fact, a lo-fi beat should only take 15 minutes to really make. Lo-fi doesn't mean complex arrangement. It means get the idea and the point across and then let it go. In a very, very minimal frequency approach, not taking up too much space. And now listen, see, if we hold shift, and if we press this main button here, it's going to open up our overall track view, right? And from here, we can do some adjustments on the track. I wanted to come over here to this key part and just turn it down a bit. Now, this isn't the channel mixer, which would probably be a wiser place to do it, but some times I feel like this is a little easier for me. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Please subscribe for more tutorials from the MPC 3.7.0 firmware update. Yes, new to making music and trying to use the Live 3 lo-fi stems seems the easy creation to start with. No doubt. Keep it simple, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it simple. Don't make your music too complex. As you see, this didn't take much. It's not supposed to be some intricate, wild thing. Establish your drums. Play with the sample. Get you a nice bed. Atmosphere for everything to live on. And that's it. I'll see you next time when we take this same approach, but to hip-hop. More of a rap soundtrack approach. What does rap or hip-hop instrumental music sound like when it is used for a soundtrack in a film? That's what you'll get next time on part 2 of tutorial 5, how to make lo-fi and hip-hop. Thank you so much. Drop a thumbs up if you're vibing with me, and I'll see you next time. Maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight. You never know. Turn notifications on. Thank you. I wish you were here, honestly. This is